drag myself up out of bed. And I got to find a way to make it through just one more day alone. Watch coffee dribble out into the pipe as I stand and wait for. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. As you can see, new year, new digs. We are in a different place in the vast MeL Muzic studio complex. We have a multi-floored, multi-tiered, multi-chambered complex here, and we decided to move to a new wing of the facility. And it's a little echoey in here. I spent the week rearranging, and didn't quite get all the way there. It's a little too echoey for me in here, but there's a little more room in this room, and since there's a little more room in this room, yeah, well, I have a bit of a throat. It's a little scratchy. It's a little cruddy. So we'll make the best of it today. I have a couple of gigs this week, so I'm just gonna do. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's also, there's a lot more road noise. We are on the other side of the building. We're closer to the main road, and you can actually hear. Can you hear that? I can hear that. So there will be some, over time, there will be some things done to work on that. But in the short term, being that this year there's going to be many guests. There are literally guests lined up for all but 2 weeks between now and June, and those are confirmed guests. And then there are tentative guests through July. Guests that include Colleen Wild, Cheryl Rohde, next week Patrick Spearoff, Demi Claire she works on Tuesday, so we're trying to figure out a way to make it happen. So those are some heavy hitters around here, and there's abundance of others that I just have Patrick written for next week, and then tonight was supposed to be Christian and Christian Allen Hansen, and he is ill, and so apparently there's something rolling around. But he's going to come back in 2 weeks, on the 21st. So we've rescheduled, but then otherwise the next opening was in March. There's 2 dates in March, I think, that were tentative, but as of last night, my friend Nancy, was going to come here, who has something like, 7 bazillion TikTok followers. So we're going to talk about that when she's here. So she's a wonderful human being. So there's that. So there's a lot going on. Coming up today, I'm going to do a song called Live in Fear, which I think I did once before, but I wrote it when I was 20 years old. So I've recently come across a couple of younger people playing music, and was reminded of when I was writing as a younger person, and what it was like to be, let's bring this up a little bit. So there we go. What it was like to be writing as a younger person, and how your perspective changes over time, and how, and yet you're still, the same things apply, and so even though your perspective changes, you can be saying things that can apply in a different way when you're, closer to 60 than you are to 50. So, so there's that. Album side of the week. I'm probably only going to do one song. Was thinking about doing two, but maybe. I was going back and forth between a Steve Earle song and a John Hyatt song, and I had settled on the John Hyatt song. So if I do a second one, it'll be Memphis in the Meantime. So maybe, that's not too terrible. But neither one of them I played a whole bunch recently, and I was trying to go through them a little bit here. And, and of course, dumb joke of the day at the end of the day, although my mailman, Aaron Kelly, the mailman, will yell at me for... Although I have to have a discussion with him, because he said the flag should be up, but I think that's if he's coming to deliver mail and there's outgoing mail. I don't know. We have to have a discussion. We have deep philosophical discussions about silly things sometimes, which I enjoy. I think Fred does as well. Oh, anyways. All right, so... sorry, I'm so sorry. So this song, at the point at which I wrote this song, I was 20, and Iraq had invaded Kuwait, and America. There was you should look it up sometime on Google what led up to all that, and what the extenuating circumstances, because it was complicated. But all I knew was at 20 years old that the last time there was some kind of a conflict like that, they started taking 20-year-old kids that weren't going to college and sending them over there, and a lot of them died. And those were the, I qualified at that time. So that was the beginning point of when I started writing this, and then it's kind of, it's called Live in Fear. Within your soul there is a breaking point. Just before that breaking point, know there's fear. And as you look at your reflection, subtlety, reality, looking back at you. Another day, it's all the same to you. Only you know what you're going through. Never really saying what you feel. The truth is very real. You live in fear, we live in fear. You live in fear, we live in fear. Attention turning toward the future, looking squarely at the past, seeing pain. The edges near the dark is vast and wide. Fear no longer can you hide, seek relief. And now inside there is a force. You've got to do what's right, inner strength. Another day, it's all the same to you. Only you know what you're going through. Never really saying what you feel. The truth so very real. You live in fear, we live in fear. You live in fear, we live in fear. finding the groove of this room a little bit. The lighting's not so bad. I worked on it a little bit. And you guys have no idea what it took to move everything. The computer, see the computer behind me right here? The computer's in here, but the control room is still in there. The room over there is actually the room that I was in before, but it's still going to be for mixing and engineering. But we have remote controllable remote. It's remote control. But to wire all that, and then there's other. Let's see, there's all kinds of weird gremlins happening. So it took a little bit. The echoey thing's still throwing me off. It's not quite as dry in this room, so that can't be good. That. So that's bad. How about if we do, what about this? You can hear me there? That's better, but much quieter, right? How about now? Better now? No? So it was it's in one ear. What's this? Oh, how about now? That's a little better, maybe. Excuse me, we'll do this. Maybe this will be better. There's the purple microphone. Try the purple microphone. It's ugly. I don't know, we'll try this. See if this sounds any better. When I get to this side of it, how about now? How about now? Is that better? That's not so bad, right? That's a little better. Oh, that all. Is it too intrusive? I don't know. I try to work on making it look good. And see if I get right on it. It doesn't sound so bad, does it? But how ugly is it? It's pretty ugly. The green microphone cable makes it ugly. We're going to leave it like that for now, though. Here, let's move it right in front of the old radio. Let's center it on the old radio. There. The record player. Alright. Not happy about that. Alright, that's okay, though. Here, we'll center ourselves. Look. Try to put that thing right there. These are all the things I work on, and then still doesn't manage to work out for me. Anyways, okay, so album side of the week. Oh, that pegged. See? Working it out. We're working it out. That's okay, though. Album side of the week. So, a couple weeks. There's the record player. I got the record player in the old radio. Now, a couple weeks ago, I was at the fine establishment, Black Dog Vinyl Cafe down there in Plainfield. And I purchased this record, Little Feat's Time Loves a Hero. Used, of course. And on side one, I played it several times this week. Side one opens up with, of course, Time Loves a Hero. Rocket in My Pocket. I'm not sure if there's an innuendo there, but there might be. Oh, I'm sorry. It opens up with a High Roller, Time Loves a Hero, Rocket in My Pocket, and Day at the Races. So, you know, that's very good. But not to be outdone. You know, the first song on side two is pretty good, with Old Folks Boogie, which sort of applies to us old folks these days. So, anyhow, so that's this week's. You could go with either one this week, side one or side two. I do like Old Folks Boogie a lot, so you know, you could really take your pick. But I picked side one. That's this week's album side of the week, and We're 18 minutes in. We're 18 minutes in. Why don't I give you just a tiny bit of the John Hyatt. Where's my mouse? My mouse, my mouse. There. I got something to say, little girl, you might not like my style. Been hanging around this place a little too long a while. Say gonna get your act together, gonna take it out on the road. If I don't get out of here soon, it's going to explode. I like country music, and I like mandolin. Right now I need to tell the cast to revive the lux turned up to 10. Let's go to Memphis in the meantime, baby. Let's go to Memphis in the meantime, girl. Need a little shot of that rhythm, baby, mixed up with those country blues. Maybe we can trade in these cowboy boots for some fine Italian shoes. Get the mousse and the hairspray, sugar, we don't need none of that. All little dams do you good underneath your pork pie hat. Until hell freezes over, maybe you can wait that long. I don't think Ronnie Millsap's gonna ever record this song. Let's go to Memphis in the meantime, baby. Let's go to Memphis in the meantime, girl. Let's go to Memphis in the meantime, baby. Let's go to Memphis in the meantime, girl. Maybe there's something happening now. Maybe there's something in the air. Maybe we're up on this kid still. Maybe we could use us a big old wheel. We'll try that again. If we could just get off of this beat a little while, maybe we could find a groove. At least we could find ourselves a decent meal down at the rendezvous. There's one more heartfelt steel guitar chord, girl, is gonna do me in. To hear some trumpet and saxophone, you know the sound as sweet as sin. To get good and greasy, we could come back home. With the cow horns back on a Cadillac and change a message on the coat of phone. Let's go to Memphis in the meantime, baby. Let's go to Memphis in the meantime, girl. Memphis in the meantime, baby. Memphis in the meantime, girl. Memphis. Talking about Memphis. Oh my gosh, I had to cough so bad my eyes were watering. Oh, it's very hard to concentrate when all you think about is not coughing. Okay, these are the things. So we will get the bugs worked out here in this new room. And by the time, things settle in a couple of weeks with a bunch of new guests, it'll be a much more homey experience, and that's kind of the idea. The other rooms was a little too cramped, and this will be an improvement. It's just like anything, there'll be growing pains, and it's just the way it goes. You just gotta take the plunge and start moving stuff, and then replugging it in, and then of course things don't work. And as of like an hour and a half ago, 3 microphones weren't working, and you just make it work. So we got it working. So coming up this week or this month, the month of January, this week on Thursday, I am playing with the fabulous Miguelito at Chula's Bar and Grill at 575th Street in Woodridge. He plays there every Thursday night for music and margaritas. And we met a few months ago at an open mic, and he's playing a lot all over the place. And he was kind enough to invite me to play down there as his feature this week. He features somebody every week, and I am absolutely deeply honored to go do that, and that'll be fun. And so come have a margarita. They have great food. I know they have great food. Sunday the 12th, MeL Muzic, some form or faction of, it'll be myself, I believe, Dave, my friend Dave Benziger, guitar player extraordinaire, and then perhaps Joe and Gene will be joining me Sunday night for a half hour to open up the open mic at O'Neill's. And that's in Lombard, and that is also Brian's, the host he's kind of having like a birthday thing, so come on out, it'll be fun. And then the open mic will be fun. And on the 24th, we're playing all night there on a Friday, so the whole band will be there, and that'll be fun. And on the 28th this month, which is a Tuesday at 7 p.m. from 7 to 7:30, the band is doing a showcase at the Arcada Theater. I'm going over there tonight to see some people that I know are playing. They've started doing it. I don't know if it's bi-weekly or I think it's every other week, where they showcase indie music, original music, and it isn't the big stage. It's another room inside the building, and it's a cool thing though. And the idea is for them to see what original music and local original music is around. In the event that they have touring acts coming through, they can put somebody in front of it. So we hope that you'll consider coming out to hear what we do if you're friends of ours. Number one, it's a great place, and number two, it's a good situation. And if the promoters like what you do, and perhaps you get another opportunity. So either way, it'll be a fun night, and we're doing a half-hour feature of original music at a great venue. So we hope you'll come and join us. And that's the January. There's some other stuff in February, and we're working on stuff for March, April, and May. So time for dumb joke of the day. I do not have the rim shot machine set up, but I will have it next week. So. Dumb joke of the day. Let's see. Let's go. Oh, I don't have an envelope either. We're going to have to go with the old. See, I was smart enough a while ago to put this piece of paper in here in case I forget to put a piece of paper in here that has a whole bunch of old ones on there. So this comes from the writing team, tried and true, from long ago. And it has a couple of. That's very loud. Let's see, there's a couple left on here. What? This is I have a bit of a, like I said, bit of a throat and kind of a, what would you call, how would you make a tissue dance? Everybody knows this one, right? You put a little boogie in it. That's right. That is as terrible a joke as it gets. Right? Hey, he doesn't even think it's funny. Okay, I guess he does. So anyway, thank you very much. Have a good week. we'll see you next week. Patrick Spiroff will be here. Patrick is a fine songwriter who is really spearheading, mentoring songwriters in the area, and really helping people and encouraging original music and songwriters in the area to play. I met him at Black Dog Vinyl Cafe the first time I went there, and he encouraged me to come down to the open mic that he runs in Joliet. And then I've seen him at dozens of places, and I've gone to see him independently with other people. He's a wonderful musician, a great songwriter, and a really, really, really wonderful person. So I hope you come see us next week here, same time, same channel, and in 2 weeks with the reschedule of Christian Allen Hansen, and thanks. And in the words of Ray Rayner, like I always say, bye, bye, bye.